Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Peggle. So, I don't really know why I'm playing this after Psychonauts 2. I guess part of me was just like, I need something short and stupid. And don't get me wrong, I will still be doing like a review of this game, but I won't go too in-depth into it because this game doesn't really have much of a story behind it, or anything like that. But it's fun. It's a very basic premise. Kind of like reverse pinball. However, I did say this to some people who knew that this was coming, so I was initially sort of hesitant to play this one because of it being the type of game that it is. It's just this sort of top-down style bubble shooter. I guess you could call it that. But what's interesting is that I've completed this game many, many times, and I actually did uninstall and reinstall it, and it still has all my saved progress and data. So with that in mind, I can't really start from the beginning and then work my way through all the characters individually through like their set of levels. So the way I'm going around it is to randomize. And yeah, we're basically just starting, so whoever I get is who I have to do the level with. Obviously, if I fail, I'll pick someone else, but this is level 1. So it should be easy. And I get Renfield. Might as well give opinions on the characters and what they do. So Renfield's Spooky Ball. Oh, I should actually point out what you have to do in the game. You have to hit the orange pegs to fill up the meter on the right. Hey, nice! You know, I'll just explain after the shot's over. So, I'll almost go in the bucket. Okay, so, on the left, with the big number 9, is the amount of balls that you have. You can also see, like, the number visually in the little slot underneath that. And on either side, you might have seen, like, the lines on either side of it going upwards. If you get that all the way up, you get an extra ball. And you can do this through 3 times. The first line is green, the second one is purple, and the last one is, like, golden yellow. So you can get a maximum of 3 balls if you get enough points. That is points meter. If you get enough, then it will add to it. However, something that you just noticed when I got to both the special power balls, pegs, for Renfield, is that style points exist. However, they do not add to the total on the left, so I think that's important to keep in mind. And speaking of, yeah, that's one of the main 4 peg colours that you see. You have the orange ones, which are the main ones you have to hit, clear them all out if you can. Blue ones, which mostly get in the way, but you can like use them to hit into other orange ones. You've got a purple one, which you can see right at the bottom there. That's just a massive point boost. And depending on how far up you are on the right, which I'll get to later, that point boost will increase substantially. And then you have the green pegs, which are both gone now because I hit them both in my first shot of this Let's Play. That activates the character's special power. So Renfield here, his power is the fact that when his ball hits the ground, specifically, goes underneath past where the bucket is, and I'll talk about that in a second, it will fall through the ceiling again and hit more balls before going down. Now, I'll talk about the thing on the right. So that is the orange peg meter. You can see like the multiplier. You get it up that far, and then that'll like multiply the amount of points you have. So it goes 2, 3, 5, then 10. And that's really all I can think of to say about that. But on the bottom you've got the bucket. And ideally, you want to see if you can get the ball in the bucket at any possible time, because that will save you a ball, basically. However, obviously there are some powers that, like when you saw with Renfield, that the bucket has like a cover over it. That's to ensure that the ball just does what its power implies. It's the same for a couple of characters, but it's not like a ubiquitous thing. Only a couple of them have it. I'll talk about them a bit more in depth, but for now we should actually get to playing the game. By the way, this is very skill-based, and I like to think I've got decent gaming skill. As you just saw there as well, the ball actually landed in the bucket, so free ball for me. Pardon me. And obviously, these levels are meant for the first playable character you get when you're starting new with the game, which is a character called Bjorn. He's a unicorn, and his main power allows you... It's basically like a guide thing. So there are some things you can do before you shoot. So I'm moving the stick normally right now because I'm playing this on my Xbox. But if you hold right bumper while you're using it, you can actually slow down your aim to refine it a bit and give you a better shot. You also have a couple of other things. For example, you can hold the X button to make the bucket go faster. E. You can press Y to replay your old shot. Obviously B is can't allow that. You can hold A to slow down the shot, or actually speed it up. And just pressing A normally, that will shoot it, and I should have kept that in mind before I fired just then. That is my bad. That is on me. I apologise. Of all the games to Let's Play, I bet there's not many Peggle Let's Plays. Unless you count the stuff that Doug does as a Let's Play of Peggle, which I technically don't. Anyway, you're about to witness the best closing sequence to any level ever in video game history. Da 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 da. I believe that is the original orchestral version of Ode to Joy, or at least it's a version of it. And you can see the buckets at the bottom there, those will just give you extra points by the end of it, which won't really matter when you've cleared out the last shot, so I don't really pay much attention to those. Because the points don't carry over from level to level. And also it's like a ranking thing, which again I don't really give a shit about because I'm playing this for myself. You've got like the 10,000 on the far right and far left, 50,000 on the middle right and middle left, and down the middle you've got 100,000. But obviously with other picks being in the way, you're not going to be able to predict where the ball's going to go. However, you can replay a shot. Yeah. You can slow it down. And a little drum roll each time. And that's it, and then we'll move on. I think that's basically all the gameplay elements, but I do want to go over the characters really quick. I'm not going to pick any of them because it's going to be random. But yeah, Bjorn has a guide which allows you to shoot your ball, and it'll basically like show a little guide from where the ball is going to hit, so it'll go somewhere else. So if you want to go for long shots, you can. Jimmy Lightning, which is a fantastic name for a hamster on a skateboard, has the multi-ball, and you can see that it gives you another ball. What the game means by that, though, is that when you hit a green peg to get it, that means another ball will spawn from your own, and that'll join the party and allow you to get more hits in. Cat Toots, the pyramid, attaches an ancient pyramid to the ball bucket, which doesn't specify how good of a power this is. This is one of my favourite powers in the game, because it's really good for getting extra lives, essentially. It makes the bucket, like the bottom, like extend its length, and if the ball's able to hit it, not only will you get extra stall points if you're able to bounce it off like the rim of the bucket and get it into the actual bucket itself, but it's basically almost a guarantee with Cat Toot's pyramid ability, so very, very good to keep in mind. Splork, which is again a fantastic name for an alien with a gun, and a sort of like a religious-looking hoodie, now that I think about it. Yeah, the Space Blast. You hit a green peg, and any pegs in the vicinity will be space blasted, and it just gives you a big old point boost. Then we got this fucker, Claude. He's probably my least favourite, not just because he's probably French. Flippers. This basically turns it into pinball, but it's also madly inconsistent. There's also the fact that even though it does clear out like any pegs near it, from where the flippers will pop out, they don't give you any extra points, so it's kind of a rip-off, really. Renfield, we just explained what he does in the previous level, so I don't really feel the need to go over his stuff again, although I do like the fact that his head is being held by Frankenstein's monster. That's a really good touch. For those that don't know, Renfield is a reference to Frankenstein and the monster of Frankenstein, things like that. We've got Tula, whose power is very similar to Splork's, but with more range, I guess you could say. So it does light up like 20% of the remaining orange pegs. However, if you only got like a couple of them left, and you're able to hit a green peg, then you're likely to hit that orange peg anyway, technically speaking. So it's very good power in a pinch, but it's a first a weaker version of what Splork does, but like calling it that would just be underselling it. It's a very useful power, and Initially, I didn't like Toothless Power a lot, but it's grown on me. Then we got my favourite in Warren, and his Lucky Spin is a very unique one. It's one of the, probably the most unique power in the game, which is probably why I like it so much. But if you hit a green peg, obviously you get the power, and it'll spin, and it gives you 3 options. 2 of them are repeated, and I think those 2 are triple score. I could be wrong about that. Basically, triple the score you've just gotten by the time that your ball goes all the way to the bottom, or is caught by the bucket, either way. Basically, when that turn stops. The other ones are a power-up from another character, and that's completely randomized for each one. Or the own actual unique power for Warren himself, which is the Lucky Hat, which basically just increases your ball's hitbox, which can be very, very useful at times. And I know Dug Dug doesn't really like this power, but fuck Dug Dug, I like this power. It's really good. Lord Cinderbottom, Fireball. This is a very good one if you just want to clear some shit out, because it's a Fireball, and it, like, if you blast it into a peg, it won't bounce off them, it'll go straight through them. I mean, you can see, like it says in the description just there. And then we have Master Who with the Zamble. Now, this does give you the best possible shot from your current angle, but a lot of people misconstrue that as it giving you, oh, the best shot in the game. No, it'll just slightly adjust the angle you have to give the best shot from that option. It's not always a guarantee it's going to go super well, and there's a very good chance that your original shot could have been better than the first one, so I do think this power-up, while handy in a pinch, is a bit overrated, personally. I don't hate it, I just don't think it's as great as everyone else thinks it is. But that's not up to me. We'll see who the game gives us for this one. Gives us Cat Tut, thank God. I always said thank fuck, and then I realised I can swear. It's my Let's Play. Although, swearing probably wouldn't be an appropriate thing to do on a Let's Play where you're playing a charming game. Where you just shoot a ball at pegs. But, there you go. Hey! Straight in the bucket. Now, there is a DLC pack called Peggle Knights, which I don't have. And I don't really feel the need to play it. Because I'm not going as into this as I did Sunset Overdrive. Where I actually considered the second DLC pack the Rise of the Dawn of the Fallen Machines? Yeah, that one. I actually consider that to be Sunset Overdrive's official ending, which is why I played through all of that. I don't really have as much interest in doing it for Peggle here. Come on! Off the wall? Hell yeah! Damn it! Hey! There we go. Trying to the 100? No. Again, this doesn't really matter. But, I kinda hope to go into the biggest one. Anyway, next up we got level 3. And these levels all do have names, I just don't know any of them. We've got Renfield again. Fantastic. Alright, so far we're getting characters I actually quite like. Although, let's be honest, as long as it's not Claude and to a lesser extent Bjorn, then I think I'll be fine with it. The thing is, at least you can use Bjorn's power a bit more usefully. And I cannot stress enough how fucking useless Claude's power would be in this level. Because of those, like, little bridges that the ball is currently going off of. And the flippers will be straight under those, so you're going to basically just be hitting up at nothing. Like, it will not get you very far at all. Bing, 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 bing. Also, yeah, the gameplay is kind of repetitive, save for the level design. I always like being different and always changing. Even if you fail a level and come back to it, none of these peg arrangements will stay the same, so that's a really good thing that the game has going in its favour. Hey, nice free ball. I also like the fact that sometimes when you do get a stall bonus, Jimmy Lightning will pop up in the corner and say something rad, dude. I think he even actually says rad dude at some point. He's that tubular there. And I don't know if it was intentional, but I'm just thinking about it now, even though the game's been out for a long time. But I sincerely hope that it's a reference to the toasty guy from Mortal Kombat. I really hope it's a reference to that. It'd be fucking awesome if it were. In fact, those two should have a fight to the death. I think Jimmy wins because he says more than just one word, but that's just me. Next, oh, catsuit again? Alright. Also, one thing I was going to bring up earlier but completely forgot to is the level backgrounds are actually quite pretty to look at too. And I gotta admit, the music ain't bad either. I mean, there's scant tracks, but like, you know. I'm not gonna complain when it has Ode to Joy on full blast whenever you complete a level. I mean, that's just a really fucking hilarious design choice. I didn't get one. Ah, well. Get another one. Off the brick. Hey. Hey! Hey! That was a surprisingly good shot. Actually not doing too bad in this level. Which is easy to understand because this is one of the easier levels. Ah! Although that did show off what I think is the last gameplay mechanic that I didn't explain like already with powers, but whenever you hit it close to the last peg, the audience sighing happens. Oh. And weirdly it reminds me of a game that would come out after this, which is Rayman Legends, I think? Because whenever you found a secret area in that, you'd hear a crowd of people going, ooh! And maybe that was a reference to this? I don't really know. Also, we have Tula. So we're going to see exactly the range of Tula's power. Which is, you know, it's alright. Obviously, the fewer orange pegs there are, the fewer orange pegs it'll connect with whenever you get the power up. And it's still not one of my favourite power-ups in the game, but again, like, in a pinch, it's very, very handy. Pardon me, free ball, thank you. Another free ball, thank you. Oh, okay. Ah, thank God I hit that orange peg near the bottom there. That was going to be a difficult one to get. Okay, so if you... That's another thing I almost forgot about, and the game reminded me. So if you completely miss and don't hit anything before the ball goes to the bottom, then a coin will flip, and it'll decide whether you get a free ball back or not. And, spoiler alert, it won't always go on yes. So it's best not to rely on that luck. Ah, you rat, yeah. Alright. Okay, that was a good shot, but okay, this should hit the orange? Yes. Last shot too. And that's all the Beyond's levels complete now, technically speaking. Oh crap, I could have gone for the dialogue, couldn't I? I mean, they're really the only things that any of the characters say, so I'm sorry I skipped it, but not really missing much. So yeah, this is the first of Jimmy Lightning's levels. And as you can see, it's quite similar to Bjorn's first level. I think basically to give you a sense of familiarity with it. Ah. Okay, free ball. Good, good, good. I'm not feeling great about this level at the moment, but that could all change. Brilliant. This one? Yeah, okay. Oh god, that was bad. Oh, that was worse. Alright. First L. Unless I get a free ball. Ah, no. Yeah, well. And restart, so we'll get a different master likely. Oh! Lord Cinderbottom. Which is a weirdly brilliant name for a dragon. Hey, I caught the ball. I caught the hot ball. And you want to try and bounce this off the bucket, especially in levels like this. Obviously, if you're playing this new for the first time, you won't have unlocked Lord Cinderbottom yet, so, you know, just ignore my advice in that case, but still. Hey! Got a free ball at least, and I think I'm gonna be able to do this level now. Hey, yo. Anytime I get a free ball, I'm likely gonna go A. Like a fat Uncle British Fonzie. Hey! That was more an instinct than anything, but still. I have no clue exactly how long this Let's Play is going to be either, because it's not going to be, like, horribly long. And I'm not going to do an overly long finale like I do for all my other Let's Plays, but, I know, we'll see. Obviously, when it comes to the last level of the game, it's going to be quite long. Oh, we have Bjorn! Alright. But yeah, when it comes to the last level of the game, I'm probably just going to cut to my, like, actually good attempt. And not to what every other Let's Player does, which is just like, okay, I'm going to go back to where I was last time and then fail like 5 times from there. And then when I get further than that, I'll just cut to there. Like, no, stop fucking doing that. Just get to the part where you win. It's not that difficult to edit that shit out, you know? Anyway, yeah, that's how handy Bjorn's power is. It not only like gives you basically full range with the ball, but you can see where it's going to go afterwards. And as far as ball power goes, you know, in games like this, and again there really aren't many games like this, it's a very useful one. You know, it's more utility, which is fine. I was expecting a bit more of that, but fine. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one. Good wall shot. Free ball? Free ball? Free ball? Free ball? No. Alright. Okay. Nailed it. I also love the rainbow trail that follows behind the ball after you hit the last orange peck. It's very pretty. Who's next? Hey, Cindy again. Free ball? Hey, you beat it. I keep doing the A. I don't mean to. Hey! God damn it. Sometimes it's on purpose, other times it's not. I don't really think I did that much in my Psychonauts 2 Let's Play. Oh, that was a good one. Oh fuck, like hitting that point boost reminds me, that's basically the entire point of the Zen Ball. Like, the entire point of it is to just try and make you hit the point boost, really. I'll take that, that's I want to replay that shot, that was just a really good way to get a free ball. But yeah, that's essentially what the Zen Ball does. It just tries to angle it so you can get the extra point bonus, which isn't a bad thing, because it can get you, you know, it could get you an extra free ball. But when there's easier routes, you don't really need it all the time. There we go. And next, we get Cinderbottom again. Hello, sir.